Hi everyone, this is Courtney
and Brandon
from Ruby Red Farm. We have got a very busy morning planned.
So what are we doing? We're moving little chicks from the teenager coop to big bird coop.
So that sounds very simple, but in order to do that, we've got a lot of steps to complete before that can happen. So come on along with us, we've got a busy morning.
Making it so the little birds can't escape out of the cart. So using some old linoleum.
Yeah, it's lightweight,
from another
easy to move.
I can zip tie it to the sides without...
Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
Oh Lord. Our adult hens are over here. We have two very large mobile chicken coops that my husband built that work fairly well. We've got probably about 150 birds out there. It's always very hard to keep a count on them. However, today's chickens in question are in this coop. So we kind of refer to this as our awkward teenager coop. This was our first chicken coop and it worked great for the 25 birds we got the first time, but now we have a whole lot more than that. So we have to take this coop, and right now it is very much overloaded. We have over 100 birds in here. I think there's about 115 that have made it to this stage. And normally they just sleep in the top part, which has some roosting bars in it. And then we let them out every morning. There's a drawbridge ramp and they just roam. And so they're not confined to this space. We're not that mean, but they do have to sleep in a confined space for safety. So we normally let them out. They run wild and just kind of run all around this back barn lot area. And they've gotten very independent, but we've not ever really mixed them with the big birds. So the plan is that we need to move them by hand because this coop is just falling apart. We can't even roll it anymore. So we're gonna move them by hand and put them in one of the coops over here. Plan though is to put them in the older coop, which we need to clean out, and we need to get some roosting bars moved around. So we gotta actually get their spot prepped first, then we'll come back here and move these birds. So this is our original coop. I'm just gonna clean it out a little bit and get it ready for these other birds. We do more of a deep bedding method. This is very light and fluffy. Got a little bit of hay, some straw, and it keeps it really not stinking. Most people think of cleaning out the chicken coop and it being awful, but this coop, and I'm not exaggerating, it really just doesn't stink. When it gets really, really hot, it does, but on most typical days, it actually does not smell that bad using this deep bedding method. So we started with this and we still really like it. All these guys are just gonna lay on the ground, you know that, right?
All right, girls, come on, up down. Yeah, I know, up down. Watch out, honey.
Huh?
Let me run them out.
Okay.
Come on. Come on, get. Come on, you're the Lone Ranger.
Oh.
This is the one we're going to move over.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gross.
What?
Where are we landing? That one.
Anywhere you want.
They just roll up it right out of here.
Working on it.
Yep, perfect. good for a second?
Yeah. Bye.
So moving these birds over here, again, it's gonna really disrupt the normal for at least a few days. A lot of the hens that are typically in this coop that get moved, we're gonna completely disrupt their normal laying cycle. And so we're kind of expecting a little bit of a dip in production for at least a few days, maybe even up to a week. Thankfully, we have just a tiny bit of a surplus for what it's worth. We've got, you know, a day's worth of eggs, so to speak, in holding so that we can plan on losing at least a little bit of production here for just a bit. We chose this coop and the way we did it because our new coop is quite a bit bigger, so it can fit more birds. But on top of that, this coop here has the individual slots where the birds can kind of spread out a little bit. We had a lot of trouble with this big coop, our new one. Shush! Scoot. We had a lot of trouble with this big coop, our new one here. When we first put a bunch of these birds out, they ended up wedged in a corner and ended up suffocating themselves because they really didn't have anywhere to go, which was just an awful experience. So again, we've got all these really nice, high quality laying hens. We don't want to waste them by risking the chance of having them not make it to adulthood. So this coop here, we've always had good success. We're gonna put the new younger birds in here for probably at least 2 days locked in. It has windows, they'll be good. And we'll keep them in here until they figure out this is home. And hopefully until the other birds figure out that the other one is home. I'm sure there will be some mixing and switching back and forth soon after we open everything back up again. But we're gonna try to kind of keep everybody in their place, let them learn where they live now, and cross our fingers that our little theory actually works. So we'll see, but we did have to clean this out and we're almost there.
All right, ladies, everybody out. Evacuate! And open that door. You're evicted. You're evicted. Sorry, old girl. Ah, they're coming in the other side.
Come on. Come on. Lay your egg somewhere else. I'm sorry. Sorry, girl. I'm telling you. You gotta go lay your egg somewhere else.
Egg going chicken right back in there.
Oh, we might as well just let her lay her egg.
I have one escapee.
Yeah. Just wait. Two-man job. These guys are from early May, so they're about 10 weeks old. Oh, lost one behind you.
Did I?
Yep. Stealth mode.
Let's take those guys. We'll give those guys a minute to chill out.
Yep. Oh,
Okay, so here.
look at that. They're cute, sorry. not be able to catch it. They're pretty fast. Yeah.
There's one.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Your friends are all in there. Okay.
And repeat. These little guys first, they're so fast.
Speaking of little guy.
One of them just bit me. Yeah, it was scratching me.
Last?
Here you go. Last one of that group. Okay.
Like a little hawk, aren't you? Look,
I know. I feel like it's faster than me trying to hand them to you.
I think he's a rooster.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
He's got a much thicker body.
Are you a rooster? I don't think it is.
Do you have giblets?
Its tail slopes down and so. Brother and sister never stop fighting. I don't know anything about that. I think most of them are going into the other coop to lay. We're gonna have a bunch, I'm sure, that lay underneath this coop, which is fine. We'll just gather them. And again, once we have given the new chickens a day or two to get used to this being their home, then we will open everything back up, and I'm sure a lot of the old birds will go back into the old coop. We're trying to protect these new birds. They don't do very well if you just throw them to the wolves, so to speak. Even with the whole strength and numbers thing, which does make a difference, but even with that, there's still going to be a few that get picked on. So we're trying to minimize that by taking out the territorial part of it. So we're trying to make this be the new bird's house, and everybody else that already was here is going in the new coop. Again, there will be some mixing once we get settled, but I hope this way they won't get picked on quite so much and not get their feathers pulled out. We are starting to get a pretty big operation at this point. I think with everybody combined now, we have about 200, excuse you. With everybody combined, we have about 275 laying hens now. Now these new birds won't lay until about October, but if I've learned anything in doing this farming, it's that the seasons pass very quickly. So they'll be laying before we know it. We did that in part because we sell to a pie shop and they need a lot more eggs in the winter, but we always dip in the winter with our production. So we were trying to get some birds to boost our winter production a little bit, even though we don't necessarily have a farmer's market to go to. We will have that pie shop, and then we have our self-serve fridge, which has been selling eggs like crazy, quite frankly. But yeah, right now I'm nursing my wounds. One of the babies got me with their claws. So he's getting the last of the birds. I'm gonna go help him out. And then I think our little morning adventure will be through. These are the feistiest of the bunch because they're the ones who survived the longest without getting caught.
Okay.
Ow!
You bit?
Yes! A different one. Don't take my friend. Look here. Oh, it's our tiniest bird. Last one. There we go, they're getting adjusted just fine. So we got pretty much everybody moved. We had about 10 that escaped over there as we were loading them. It's not the end of the world. They just stay in that house one more night and we'll just get them tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we had a few that jumped out here in this area, which they're probably gonna regret that, but they'll be fine. They're so fast when they're young that they can protect themselves just by escaping the situation. So we are done for the morning. We got what we wanted to accomplish done. We will move the coops tonight and move everything. Move the netting, but we'll let them dig through all this dirty bedding.
Spread it out.
Spread it out a little bit and dig through for any bugs or critters. But for now, that was all we needed to accomplish today.
Well,
so.
I'm going to clean out hog pens, but y'all don't want to see that.
Yeah, you can do that. Have fun. I'm going to go garden. So for now, signing off, this is Courtney
And Brandon
from Ruby Red Farm. Hope you all have a great day. Make sure to hit subscribe and like this video. Take care. What you doing, girls? Oh, there's gonna be so many eggs under there. Only laid a few under the coop. Not too bad. Experiment went well.